If the governing authorities in Washington state fail to get control of the CHAZ, what should the federal government's involvement or strategy be?
Well, at this point, there's a serious question as to whether the federal civil rights of people who are living in that area and don't actually approve of CHAZ are being violated. And obviously, if this were Ammon Bundy and crew holing up at their ranch in the middle of nowhere and being angry that they weren't allowed to kill tortoises, then we would have a national scandal on our hands. But because it's a bunch of leftists who have decided to take over a downtown area of a major city and then just sit there and plant themselves there and then create their own police, then obviously that's totally fine according to the media. I mean, the role here is that if the president wanted, he could actually invoke the Insurrection Act, right? In the same way that he was talking about for rioters and looters. He could say that there is an actual insurrection. I mean, they've declared themselves a separate republic, which is the definition of an insurrection.
Right.
And he could say, listen, if the mayor isn't going to do anything here, and if the state isn't going to do anything here, then this thing is over in 72 hours or I'm going in. Now, does Trump think that's in his interest? Probably not, because, again, a bloody Waco situation with a largely minority group, fighting that. Although, I honestly, if you see the pictures from CHAZ, it seems like a bunch of bored white people with a few black people there as well. But I mean, that's also called the city of Seattle. But in any case, the idea, I used to do a show in Seattle. The idea that Trump has to sit there is wrong, but politically, is he going to do anything about it? Probably not. And you know what? Fine. Let it fester like a wound in the center of the city of Seattle. I actually have a lot of sympathy. It's the same thing. I have a lot of sympathy for the cops in Atlanta and the cops in LA and the cops in New York. All of them are talking about, you know what? You don't want us here? Fine. Enjoy. Yep. You want the Republic of CHAZ to be the new, it's called CHOP. They renamed themselves, guys. It's no longer CHAZ. It's now CHOP. Because it's the occupied zone. If you want that to be the new normal, then just, fine. All right. And you know what? I think that they should expand their territorial holdings, frankly. It seems like a zone of freedom and happiness. Mayor Jenny Durkin in Seattle has declared that it's a street fair. It seems to me that virtually all of Seattle should be put under the tender mercies of Raz Simone and the armed crew over at CHAZ CHOP. And they can all enjoy the wonders of an anarcho-communist experiment. I think that it should just be expanded, and the left should get to get what they want good and hard, as H.L. Mencken once suggested.
I couldn't disagree more. I won't be satisfied until Trump, astride a mighty white stallion, goes all whiskey rebellion on their asses.
Yeah.
I've been waiting. America's been waiting 240 years for a president to lead troops into an American city like the good old days.
Oh, you're still here, which means you're either a lonely Media Matters employee or you enjoyed today's episode. Well, that like button ain't gonna press itself, so drop us a like and keep the haters hating.